I mean, I think, the Yankees, whatever, 120 plus years of existence, Aaron Judge breaking the home run record for not only for the Yankees, but for the American League, and depends on what your thoughts are on steroids, but breaking maybe the entire MLB record. Doing it, passing Babe Ruth, passing Roger Maris is awesome. Doing it in the same inning as Garrett Cole breaks the Yankee striker record, and he has 257 strikeouts, which is this year's major league leading strikeout king. So pretty impressive. These two guys on the same team, the same inning, did it in the Yankees' illustrious history. So they get both the good goat of the week, the bad goat, and I hate keeping.
Wait! I got to interrupt because I have to say again what I said earlier in the week. What? Here we go. What?
I'm just.
Have I not been pro Yankees about this? Have I been anything but consistent? I hate the Yankees, all right? I dislike them almost as much as I'm sure Red Sox lover Kevin Hench hates the Yankees. I would hate to be a Yankees fan because if it's the same as I've always said. It's the same as having an A-plus student. If the kid comes home with a B-plus, it's a disaster. I wouldn't want that. And at the start of every spring, my team wins it all or it's a horrible year. That wouldn't be fun. Now, what is fun is if you're a Yankees fan, I don't understand the curmudgeons that don't think it's cool. So the American League has three guys, 1, 2, 3, who have led the league in home runs in single season. The all-time leaders in that are on the same team. That's cool. I hate the Yankees, but it's still a cool thing if you're a fan of that team. And 2, these weirdo spoiled 21st century fans, Hench, who are belly aching about when they go split screen. I'm watching college football. I didn't have baseball on. All right. It's a bit of history. And by the way, you know what I like? Sports. You know what else I like? TV. You know what else I like? Sitting in a bar that has multiple TVs. And when the TV has one sport on there and another sport on over there, I like it. What are we complaining about? So they split the screen for a couple of minutes and show us a couple of sports at one time. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like. What's wrong with you? Grow up.
Well, the greatest example of that is you're watching Rockets Knicks in the NBA Finals, right? And your screen gets compressed to just watch a white Bronco driving through the streets.
Now that was bad. Right.
I didn't sign up for this. I just want to chime in, while we're confessing, because I really do think that was brave of you, Shek, to say you thought the Panthers were going to be decent this year.
I didn't say good.
I got in trouble with my Red Sox text chain because I admitted I like Aaron Judge. I don't hate him with the constitutionally obligated white hot hatred that you're supposed to have for every Yankee. And I started feeling bad for him lugging this family around, not just the country, but other countries, this international tour. I had to take these people with me who are probably rooting against me. Let's face it, honestly, so I expressed some sympathy for Aaron Judge. And of course, as you can imagine, that Red Sox text chain is like, you're getting soft, you're losing it. And then he hits the home run. They're like, this is your fault. This is your fault for dropping your vigilance. It's only our hatred that is keeping him from hitting home runs. So I was happy for the guy. I've been put on probation from Red Sox Nation for being happy for Aaron Judge.
Horribly uncomfortable too on the human level. You're exactly right, Hench. I find I have, I like to talk into a microphone, but in real life, I find myself awkward, and therefore one half of every conversation is by definition awkward. Imagine, you're the son of a guy, and so it's like meeting somebody from the same state as you in California when you're out here in California. Like, where are you from? Pennsylvania. I'm from Pennsylvania too. Like, wow, how about that? And then there's another 15 seconds of mutual recognition of we have nothing to build upon here just because we're from the. Imagine Roger Maris Jr. and Aaron. What the hell do those two guys have to talk about? And yet they were forced to interact with each other for the last month. Horrific stuff. Caesar Cleo, the Mannings, Hank Lundqvist, and now yours truly, yes, -3, is now a proud member of the Caesars Empire. And your very first bet, it's on Caesars, up to $1,250. If you win, Muzzle tough. If you don't, you'll get it all back as a free bet. That first bet also gives you 1,000 tier credits and 1,000 reward credits, putting you closer to the types of perks only Caesars can offer. So download the app, use promo code CZRFULL, Caesar Full, and go full Caesar this season. My proper go to the week, I feel a little bit like somebody who, is hooked on smack or something because I'm resentful of it on some level, but it's football. I don't want to have it hooked this deep into my veins, but it is what it is. And I find myself now, I question, isn't football going to feel a little less special if it's on, not just on Monday nights, but Sunday night, every Thursday, and now college with Wednesday nights and everything else? I find myself just wondering what to do to fill the hours on Tuesdays now. What the hell? There's no football on? What am I going to do? I'm jonesing for it. Give me some pigskin. I'll watch Maryland play Texas Tech. I don't give a crap who's playing. Actually, that wouldn't be a terrible game, although uniform-wise it would. But anyhow, you get my larger point. Go to the week. Football. I tip my hat to you.
Now, is it a good goat because it's awesome like fentanyl, or a bad goat because it's ruining your life? I can't.
Well, I'll let you know. I'll let you know Sunday night after we see what happens in Buffalo.
If
it's 58-2, then it's a bad thing.
It's so funny you mentioned how football gets so deep in our veins, because I had a very acute condition this Sunday. It was very PTSD reminiscent. We all grew up on the East Coast. When you grow up on the East Coast and the late game ends, not the late game, but just the regular, the 4:00 game ends. When you grow up on the East Coast in the fall, when the late game ends, it's dark out. I mean, that's one huge emotional advantage to living in Los Angeles.
So true. So true.
So what would happen is you'd watch football all day. Let's say you're 11 years old. You watch football all day. You haven't done your homework for sure. You didn't do it on Saturday. You haven't done homework. Then
what are we, nerds?
What
nerds of a certain stripe, right?
The distraction, there was no Sunday night game. The distraction of the fentanyl, the football that you've been consuming all day is gone. Then the most brutal part of it all, the 60-minute stopwatch tells you literally how many seconds you have left on your weekend furlough before you have to go back to the prison yard that is school. So I still get caught in those Sunday night moments where I'm like, I feel so sad and crappy on Sunday nights. But it's still light. It's light out in LA, but it is deep in me. So when you were talking about how deep football has the hook in you, I was thinking about those Sunday night blues from when we were kids, especially. And I think this is what did it to me on Sunday, because I had no expectations for the Patriots. Then they created expectations during the game. One first down, they would have kicked the field goal, won the game, couldn't pull it off. And then you just feel like, I am a bug. I am an insect. I am a worthless husband and father and citizen. What have I done? And it just took me back to childhood immediately.
I hear you, and that's why all the gifts that football gives us every year, to me, its greatest gift is when the sun goes down on summertime and it's time to go back to school. At least there's football. That it's the only thing. I don't know what. The depression would have been in its fifth decade by now, were it not for football offsetting to some degree, at least, the return to school, which was a nightmare. And as you say, I still get a cold chill. On back to school nights, when I go into the school and I get that smell, I don't know what that's owed to. The books, I guess, whatever, it creates that eternal smell in schools. I really do. I get the cold chill, and I get uneasy, and I feel sick. And I think, these poor children, thank goodness it's just them and not me at this point.